Hey Spider Nation, welcome back to another episode of Spider-Man's Tangled WebShow. I'm Jonathan, and joining me tonight is James. What's going on, James?
Pretty eventful week. We had a flood in my town, flash flood. Anybody here in southeast Wisconsin know if you're safe and your house isn't floating in the middle of Lake Michigan right now? I just turned light in the mood a little bit, but yeah, flash flooding it sucks, and hope people are staying safe, until this state of emergency is officially over. Yeah. Besides that, I had a sore throat this morning. I mean, it was bad. Like you should have seen me. I was like just laying down on my couch in my living room, not wanting to do nothing but just sleep. I got a little bit better later on in the afternoon. I even called off work just to be on the safe side because I was like really sick. So if my voice sounds like this with this kind of weird sound, it's because it's still raspy. It's just I don't know what happened. It just kind of went away. It's not sore anymore, but it's still sore. But it's not sore in a painful sore. It's more sort of a sore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, James, we hope you...
I was sick like a dog this morning. I had a 99-degree temperature.
Well, James, we hope you feel better. And to anyone who is affected by flash flooding, we also hope that you are safe, and we hope that things will get better for you very, very quickly. I know that there is still rain to come for some people, so everyone stay safe out there, and we hope things clear up very quickly. But we will try to provide some levity and some brightness to people's days or nights or whenever it is
Not
that
with
you want.
tonight.
I don't know what James just said, but
You said some happiness and lightivity to these people tonight, and I said not with these comics. We're not. They suck.
oh, James,
Not Ben Riley. Riley is going to be badass when I give you my review because Ben Riley is. It is officially the room of comic books. It's so bad, it's awesome.
But here's the thing. We have 3 comics to review tonight. We're catching up with Amazing Spider-Man because we did not do a show back at the end of June when Amazing Spider-Man Volume 4, number 29 was released. So we will be covering that issue tonight, and also we will be covering 30, which just came out this past week. And of course, James will also be providing a review of Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider number 4 because that came out a few weeks ago as well. So we got a pretty packed show tonight. Next week is San Diego Comic-Con, so our next week's show, we may wait a little bit, like later in the weekend to do the Comic-Con show because of the fact that we don't really want to like do the show, and then the big news will come out, and then we'll be like, oh, we have to wait till next week. So if you don't see a show next Saturday morning, don't panic. That doesn't necessarily mean there won't be a show next week. It's just we might wait until maybe Sunday, maybe Saturday or Sunday night to actually do the show because of, we want to get all the Comic-Con news in. But
So is it going to be like a mass across the board legacy review and how it affects Spider-Man, or is it just going to be the Spider-Man news?
it'll probably just be a Spider-Man wrap, or not wrap up, Spider-Man news roundup show from the Legacy Marvel Comics panel, and of course anything that comes out throughout San Diego. You can count on us to talk about that during the show next week. If you don't see a show on Saturday morning, don't panic. It'll probably be up. It just might be later in the week. But tonight, looking backwards now, we are going to start with Amazing Spider-Man Volume 4, number 29. This is the first issue of... This is the first issue of the Secret Empire tie-in. James is already groaning. Oh, man. Every time I try to build this up, James just tears us down again. We balance each other out.
Who's the guy who was negative about Spectacular Spider-Man? Huh? Who's negative about that? Huh? Was it me? Was it? No, it was you.
But you were positive towards it, James, so we picked up each other's slack there, I guess. But Secret Empire Part 1, Rightful Ruler. This is 2 writers on this, Dan Slott and Christos Gage. Penciler Stuart Immonen. Inker Wade von Gravager. Marte Gracia is the colorist. VC's Joe Caramagna is the letterer. Assistant editor Allison Stock. Associate editor Devin Lewis. And editor Nick Lowe. And so we begin in London with Peter going to an interview, and it's about one thing: damage control. but not the damage control that you think, not the government-controlled department that Tony Stark helped to create in last week's Spider-Man Homecoming movie. No, this is metaphorical, conceptual damage control, because Parker Industries is not doing so well in the PR department as of lately because of the whole clone conspiracy, Webware sending out the whole nausea-inducing signal at the end of Clone Conspiracy. And then, of course, they invaded a sovereign nation and pissed off, a lot of people who were in charge of diplomacy. So, yeah, they have a few issues that they have to fix. So Peter agrees to an interview, and they basically ask him, "Yo, bro, what WTF? What was that about?" And he's like, "Look, we took action to stop some very bad things from happening. And you know what? We put people over profit. So come at me, bro." And so
fuck you.
But during this interview, reports start to come in that Chitauri, the alien race, is attempting to invade Earth, and of course, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, and the Alpha Flight are of course fending off the invasion with the aid of the Planetary Defense Shield, which is currently having problems. This comic takes place during the events of Secret Empire number 0. Just for anyone who doesn't know, this is actually kind of it's not keeping up with the current events of Secret Empire as they're being published at the moment. So Peter gets up because they cancel the interview because they're like, "Yeah, sorry, the Earth is under attack because of aliens, and New York is under attack by supervillains. So we're gonna cancel your little PR event, and so we're gonna send you home." And so Anna Maria and Peter get into the limo, and she's all like, "You were about to run off and be Spider-Man, in the middle of that interview. Why do you do that?" And he's like,
"Oh, bitch."
He's like, "Because I'm a superhero and that's what I do. Calm down." And so,
I love the little shot she does at Tony Stark. He goes, like old class. I don't remember just this repeat, but it's like that they did it in the old comics. But it was like Tony Stark doesn't have to go through this, and she's like, "He's an alcoholic with a broken heart. Yeah, he's a piece of shit too," kind of thing.
And so Peter heads over to Parker Industries to try to get some tech to go help the other superheroes. But when he gets there, his spider sense goes off, so he armors up and gets, he spiders up, gets in there, and it turns out his entire building is full of undercover Hydra agents that he very quickly handles because he's Spider-Man and a bunch of amateur Hydra agents are no match for him. And he hears over the intercom, Spider-Man, your big confrontation is with me. So Spider-Man heads to his office, and who's in there? But dun dun dun, the Superior Octopus, Otto Octavius, in his new cloned body. And Peter's like, "So, you survived?" "Yeah. All right. Look."
Probably neat, because he thinks this is the Superior Spider-Man going to team up with him to save the world.
He's like, "Look, Doc, okay, this is how it could be. Either this could end really badly, or you and I could team up and go save the world. How's it going to be?" Actually, Spider-Man, I was thinking that you could peacefully transfer Parker Industries to me." And Peter's like, "What?" And Doc Ock is like, "Yeah, well, I created Parker Industries. And then I manipulated markets to favor us, which sent us into this whole billionaire global Spider-Man status. And then, you see that Webware device that you invented? Yeah, it's based off of the communicators that we used in Spider-Verse." And Peter's like, "So? Still not giving you my..."
"So, I helped invent those things in Spider-Verse, but fuck you, Otto."
He's like, "Yeah, I'm still not giving you my company." And so Doc Ock is like, "Okay, well..."
To be fair, the people who made that Webware, in Spider-Verse, they're Peter Parker from alternate dimensions, so isn't technically Peter still the one who invented them?
By proxy, I guess. But then Ock shows the...
I win.
But then Ock shows the video footage of New York being consumed by the Dark Force dimension, and Peter's like, What's going on?" And Ock is like, "Yeah, that's the Dark Force dimension. but I planted this footage into the media so that they'll say, oh no, that's not the Dark Force dimension, because let's be honest, no one actually knows what the Dark Force dimension is who's not a superhero. So instead of the Dark Force dimension, they're going to think that it's a Parker Industries experiment gone wrong. And Peter's like, oh no, you didn't. And so he basically...
How does this help Otto get control of the company back? By him ruining the company's reputation, I'm going to get my company back. So when you have it, people are going to hate the company.
Yeah, we're really starting to see the flaws in this plan. So Spider-Man basically is like, you better shut that down now. Ock is like, yeah, bitch, please, that's not going to happen. And so just as Peter's about to wipe the floor with Doc, he all of a sudden gets a call from AI Tony Stark over his communicator, basically saying, Avengers assemble, because bad stuff's about to happen. And so Peter leaves.
We need more Tony Stark in our Spider-Man books for all this time.
And so Peter gets in his jet and heads off to Washington, D.C., and then Parker Industries, the London branch, collapses in on itself because Doc blows up the building. And so then he goes off and is like, ha ha ha, this is, everything is going according to my plan. Dun dun dun. To be continued. So James,
I'm a dick.
So James, what did you think of this issue?
I think it was flippity-doo, because I can't say the actual word I wanted to say that's an F and rhymes with duck. Oh wait, I can. It fucking sucks.
James really didn't like this book.
It was painful for me to read. I felt like reading it 2 weeks ago, like I had the world's most nagging toothache and no doctor would pull out my tooth, so I had to take pliers and pull them out myself.
That sounds painful. Like, that sounds extremely painful.
Exactly. That's how painful reading this comic was.
Can you give us more elaborate...
It was not... Yeah, like, the interview, I get... It's like... The Anna Maria thing pissed me off with her all bitching at him. Like, it's like that Simpson joke. Oh, bitch, bitch, bitch. She's a fucking superhero, and literally the world's coming to an end again, and you're concerned about his fucking PR right now in an interview? Not, hey, Spider-Man's sitting in this chair. Maybe he should go out there and help people. No. Because the reputation for the company I work for and my paycheck is more important than the whole fucking planet. Thanks, Anna Maria, you bitch. I'm getting so tired of it because she's been doing this since Peter came back in the body since Volume 3, where she criticizes Peter to fuck because Otto did it better, and it's pissing me off. Oh, you gotta run your company. Bitch, he needs to save the fucking world. It's being invaded by the Chitauri. Shut the fuck up. And then you got that going on, and then you got the office scene, which I do kind of like because the last time Peter really fought Hydra agents in the comics was the JMS arc where they were a joke. So I like it out to him. He's like, Hydra, bitch, please. You guys are a joke. You're nothing. He fires them all in the Peter Parker body. He's like, yeah, everyone of you is fired, and if I see one stapler missing, I'm kicking your ass. That's almost line for line what he says in the book. And then this is when the comic really gets shitty to me. This is where it loses me. The whole goddamn Otto comes in and once again has to remind the audience everything that was awesome with Peter Parker the last few years. No, it was me. Nope, it was totally just all me. Had nothing to do with him because Dan Slott wants to make sure you know that I'm the better Spider-Man than Peter was. The only reason why he got the body back was because movie tie-ins. Because this book was stupid. Peter goes in and he's acting like a fucking idiot. You saw that this Dr. Octopus is still pure evil from goddamn clone conspiracy. He outright said, I'm evil, bitch. And you come in that room being like, hey, let's team up. Superior Spider-Man and the Amazing Spider-Man. It'll be awesome. And at the end of the issue, he's like, oh, I should have known he doesn't have a conscience. Yeah, Peter, you should have known that when Clone Conspiracy was trying to kill you.
You should have known that from the fact that he's.
You should have known that from the fact that he's fucking Dr. Octopus.
He's been trying to take over the world for 55 years. You should have figured that out by now, that he doesn't have a shred of goodness in him.
Even when he was a good guy in Superior, he was still trying to take over the fucking world. But yeah, Otto leaves and blows up the building, and everybody blames Parker Industries for it, and not the fucking shady guy walking out of the building with the trench coat, pressing a button on his wrist. Nobody blames that fucker. No, let's blame the company because Otto's so perfect and nobody blames them. Literally, all the civilians see the bombs going off in the building tower falling apart, and they're all like, Parker Industries has gone too far. Yeah, I agree. They must be stopped. Nobody questions the fact that the guy who just said that walked out of the building is touching buttons on his wrist, but okay. And he's all like, oh, I'm going to prove that Anna Maria still loves me. Oh my God, so we're going to go for this shit again. We're finally going to get the payout that everybody was predicting back in Superior of her probably going to betray Peter and join Otto. We're probably going to get that now. I just didn't enjoy this comic at all. The story sucked. It was terrible to read. Oh, he destroyed a building. Wow. That really is going to help you when you run that company, Otto. Brilliant. Brilliant master plan. Let's blow up all the offices of the company I want to own.
Well, James, do you give this issue a thumbs up, a thumbs sideways, or a thumbs down?
Oh, big old middle finger up. Because fuck you, comic.
I'm going to disagree with James on pretty much 80% of what he said. Here's where I agree with James. I really liked Anna Maria's character in Superior Spider-Man. But I agree with James that ever since Amazing, she's been turned into this terrible character who her entire purpose is to criticize Peter for things that really he should not be criticized for. It's like, oh, he goes...
Literally, we have seen this already. Her saying, well, you know, Iron Man and Captain America can save the fucking world, you know that, right? Yeah, but I'm reading a fucking Spider-Man comic. Maybe I want to see fucking Spider-Man save the world, bitch.
Or maybe it's the fact that, you know, Iron Man's kind of...
hurting my throat. Like I said, I got a sore throat right now, and my throat's killing me because I want to scream at a fictional character. That's how angry it's getting me.
And also, it's like, Anna Maria, the world's coming to an end. You've got New York City under siege by supervillains. You've got an alien invasion at
your family and friends are being killed.
It's like, Anna Maria, you suck as a person. You are a terrible person. Because all you care about is...
I can mention one more thing. I also didn't like the fact that Otto, once again, is pretty much how more badass he is. But Peter goes, you're killing all the people who you said you loved and cared about in Superior. Yeah, but they're your friends and family. It's your fault. Get it? So I'm better than you. When I was there, I made sure they all were safe. Now that I'm not there, you're the reason why New York is falling apart. I'm better than you. Remember that.
But here's where I will disagree with James, because first of all, I didn't think that I didn't so much get the sense that they were trying to portray Otto as better than Peter, because here's the thing, it's like, well, I agree with that in a sense in the next issue, James. Let's not jump ahead, but here's what I would say, is that the art, moving a little bit off the topic, I will say that the artwork is very good. That's my biggest pro. The confrontation between Peter and Doc Ock kind of sets up that, like, okay, Peter actually used this company for good things. It's like he tried to put some, like, he had good intentions. Peter was actually the one trying to be a hero about using this and trying to help people and actually using all of this stuff for good. Whereas Ock basically joined Hydra, which is not good. And also, I will disagree with James about the idea, you know, I think it's okay that Peter tries to convince Ock to join him in saving the world, because Peter is that kind of person where he'll be like, okay, we don't have to do this. You have power just like me. We could go out there. We could stop this. I know that you care about Anna Maria. I know that you care about people because we have shared the same head. I know you have a heart in there somewhere. It's tiny and black, but it's something. So maybe we could do this. And of course, Peter, I don't think Peter actually, Peter is a fool if he actually does believe that, but I don't think that, I think it's okay for him to at least try that because that is something he would do. Now, I will say that the tie-in for Secret Empire is actually used pretty well because I went back and checked the actual Secret Empire issues because I'm reading that book, and they never actually specifically state that the public is aware of what is actually surrounding Manhattan. They just say, oh yeah, it's cut off from the rest of the world. So Dan Slott is actually, I think, doing something clever by using the footage that Doc Ock plants with the media to make it so that the world thinks Parker Industries did it. I think that's pretty clever. Obviously, we know it's the Dark Force dimension and all this stuff, but it's like, you know what? Dan Slott is using that to his advantage, so I kind of like that. I thought that was clever. Yeah, I mean, I think that's all I really have to say about the issue. I thought there was, the conversation between Doc Ock and Peter, I thought was fairly solid. Yeah, I'm going to give it a thumbs up, to be honest with you. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I know James is, hating me right now for that, and I'm sorry, James. He wants to say something, but I think he's trying to hold it back.
It's because, like I said, I'm not feeling good, and I don't want to, say anything because I want to save my voice.
Okay, but we will move on to Amazing Spider-Man Volume 4, number 30, which just came out this past week. I think we got the exact same creative team on this, so no need to go over that again. So where do we begin with this issue? Well, this issue begins in the Free Comic Book Day issue of Secret Empire. And this is where Hydra Steve Rogers is picking up Mjolnir, and Peter's like, oh shit, this is not good. And so Peter has, in my opinion, what is a very good moment, and he's like, okay, I know this is bad. I know Cap is the one who usually pulls us out of these situations, but he's, kind of the bad guy right now. So I'll be the one to pull us out of this situation. Pretty much literally, because he orders everyone to evacuate, and he pretty much takes charge and takes control of the situation and tries to get everyone out as quickly and efficiently as he can. He meets back up with Mockingbird after she saves him, because, as he's trying to get everyone out of there, she grabs him. And so they reconvene on a rooftop, and she's like, you should come with me to save the world. And he's like, yeah, I can't do that because Doc Ock is trying to take Parker Industries, and I got a lot of tech in there that could be really beneficial to him if he gets it, and I don't really want that to happen, so I got to go, stop this guy from taking my shit. And so Peter and Bobby have a nice romantic moment where they finally kiss after 30 issues of build-up. And if you've read Secret Empire number 5, that kiss has a whole lot more meaning to it. Because, oh, Peter, you chose the wrong person to like. You really chose the wrong person here. I know James is already groaning at that. But yeah, so Peter goes off. Meanwhile, Doc Ock takes control of Parker Industries San Francisco. He goes in there, liberates it of all the tech that he needs. And so with New York in the Dark Force dimension and London, basically, the London building is no longer operational, and Doc Ock is in control of San Francisco. Peter has only one place left to go, and that is Shanghai, his Shanghai branch of Parker Industries. So he goes there to rally his employees and basically get their support for his defense against Doc Ock. And half of them say, no thanks, bye. So they walk out, and Peter's like, okay, well, let's not focus on them. You guys are going to help Spider-Man take down Dr. Octopus. Who's going to help Spider-Man? You guys are. Oh, we mean besides us, because, there's always another hero who helps him. like the Human Torch or Silver Sable or some other person. So who's it gonna be this time? No, just you guys. That doesn't sound right. It's almost like we're calling out a problem of this book in its own book, and we're not making it better by calling it out. Yeah, well, this page has been awkward. Moving on. So Peter goes. Peter gets a call that Dr. Wu wants to see him, and he goes in there to find Lian Tang. James, remember her? She's the forgettable girl. Exactly. No. She's the forgettable girlfriend who piloted Peter's Spider-Mobile one time and tried to kill him that one time and then was never mentioned or seen again. No, correction, she was mentioned one time after that, in between that issue and this one. Yeah, so she shows back up and she's like, yeah, Peter, I betrayed you and you forgave me, so I'm on your side because you gave me a second chance. Meanwhile, Aunt May is at the airport. She sees on the news the footage of the energy emanating from Parker Industries, the footage that Doc Ock planted, and she's like, well, that's not good. I should probably go do something about that. Oh, I'm not allowed on the plane because webware keeps blowing up. Well, that's not a good thing. I guess I'm stuck at this airport. So Peter orders his employees to basically, we got to get ready for this. We have to be ready. Ock could strike at any time. And then he does. And it turns out the Superior Octopus has come alone because he doesn't need an army to take down Spider-Man. And so Spider-Man and Doc Ock begin to fight. Basically, Peter's employees start to come out with their, with their defenses. Lian comes out with the Spider-Mobile and all this stuff. So we've got Doc Ock surrounded by not just Spider-Man, but all of this, these giant mechanical spiders, the Spider-Mobile, all this tech, and it turns out Ock can take control of it. Wah, wah, wah. And so, it turns out that Ock has an in with this company even when he's not in it. And he actually does a pretty clever thing, which James and I said that we were surprised we didn't notice until this issue. You ever take a look at the Parker Industries logo? Yeah, behind the P and the I were two circles, and Ock manipulated that to make it OO instead of PI. James and I both agree we feel like we should have seen that a long time ago, but we didn't notice it until now. Ock takes control of Parker Industries and all the tech in it, and this is not going to go well for Peter. To be continued. I'll start with my review this time since James went first on the last time. I'm once again pretty positive towards this issue. I'll be honest, I've been enjoying this arc. I love the opening with Peter taking charge and, telling the other heroes, okay, we got to get out of here. We can't win this one, and so he's the guy who gets everyone out, and I really like that. I thought that was some really strong writing for Spider-Man. The Spider-Man Mockingbird kiss takes on a whole new level of definition when you read Secret Empire number 5, and when I read this issue, I was like, oh man, that was not a good decision, Peter. That was really not a good decision. The cliffhanger with Ock taking control of Parker Industries, James and I will discuss this a little bit. It's getting to the point of parody now, I think, that, as much, I did enjoy this issue, but that's the point where it's like, really? Really? It's like, so basically anything Peter does, Ock can counter. Literally anything. And it's just kind of getting...
Yet Peter, who was also in Ock's mind, knows how he thinks, how he operates, can't counter anything.
Yeah, it's like you're making this a little bit one-sided, and you are pretty much God playing Otto at this point, and it's getting a little bit annoying. So, yeah, you still have that problem. The artwork is still fantastic. I really love that. I made a joke about it during the recap, and it's kind of funny that the employees are like, so who's going to help Spider-Man? Someone always helps Spider-Man. To be honest, I'm kind of neutral on that. I'm like, yeah, because, it does tend to happen a lot. So it's like, I didn't like it, but I didn't dislike it. overall, I give this issue a thumbs up as well. I enjoyed it. I honestly did. I've enjoyed this Secret Empire tie-in arc. And so, James, what did you think of number 30?
It's shit.
Okay, James, can you elaborate on it?
It was horrible. Again, it made me once again to reinsert those rotten teeth and then pull them all out again. Oh, it was crap. I mean, you got the Secret War tie and everything. That's the dumb shit. An evil version of Captain America should not be worthy the whole Force Hammer. Fuck you. That's God playing Captain America now.
But James, in this comic's defense, that was stolen from the Free Comic Book Day issue of Secret Empire, so maybe that's where you should point that con.
It's in the Pages of Amazing right here, and when else am I going to talk about this comic, John?
Okay, James, you got me on that.
So that's something I still think is stupid when I heard about it, and also all the Mockingbird things, because how do you get the legacy with all these heroes being good guys and friends again? After literally they're all joining the Nazis? How can I like Mockingbird? How can I like Captain America? How can I like Deadpool? How can I like any of these characters if they all willingly, including a fucking Holocaust survivor and Magneto, willingly joined the Nazis?
Well, Captain America...
They're not mind wiped by the Cosmic Cube either.
Captain America is, mind wiped by the Cosmic Cube, but yes, the other ones are kind of bad people because, well, not kind of, they are very bad people. But Captain America...
Punisher joined the Nazis. Punisher joined the Nazis.
Captain America did not do so willingly in his defense. He was mind
Everybody else in the Marvel Universe did.
But yes, James, so you've made your point. Everyone sucks. That is kind of a true statement.
Marvel, why Legacy just be mind wipe, fuck it, nuke the continuity and start back from ground zero, because you literally make heroes who I called in Secret Wars unlikable, even more now unlikable. Congratulations. But the actual concept of Spider-Man, what do we get that? Because after this shit, we get like Spider-Man telling all the heroes to leave, which I guess makes sense because they have to leave, because obviously you're not going to live the fight another day, obviously I can get that. But then we get to the bullshit of Otto just again showing up to the building and like, I'm owning it now, a badass, superior, bye. And then Peter's all in his office and again in China, and then the political commentary is really high here with the Chinese, offices like, America's communist, so we're not listening to you, but you're Chinese guys. And your government's that way. So you're playing off on all the political things going on right now, aren't you? Yep. So yeah, you got that. You got Peter, with more political bullshit. The whole America's, Nazis, so we're not going to listen to you, so bye. Oh yeah, by the way, other heroes save your life, which again, I have always said to Johnny and pointed this out. I hate that when books do that, when they know something's a con, so they think by pointing out the con and calling out the people who point out the con as idiots somehow makes it better when it doesn't. You addressing the fact that it's a problem and saying, I don't care anyways, and continuing doing it is the complete opposite of fixing the problem. So yeah, you got that. And then you got the end of it with Otto. I just cannot stand, the God mode. It's getting irritating to the point that every time Gaga appeared now, since Superior, he has to be better than everybody. He was better than everybody in Spider-Verse. I mean, he was leading everybody. He was the fucker who was saving the day. He was the fucker who taught Uncle Ben great power and great responsibility, not Peter Parker in that arc. Then you go to Cloak Conspiracy, where once again, Ben Reilly shit wasn't working, but it worked when Otto did it. He beat up Ben Reilly and stole the Parker body because he was better than Ben Reilly. And now, once again, he's better than Peter in that God mode. We get it, Dan Slott. You love jerking off Doc Ock. Stop. It just got annoying. It was just to the point of, literally, you're telling me that even Peter Parker shit post-Superior, Otto, because he was in the mind and in human brain, has a counter. Yet Peter fucking Parker, who was also in that body, with the brand Doc doesn't. Are you fucking kidding me? That Spider-Man, who has fought this guy a bajillion times, has no counters. But no, he does. Which leads me to another con I got. You got Mockingbird, and you got both Doc Ock, who knows Peter Parker Spider-Man. Captain America, who is White Hydra, knows Peter Parker Spider-Man. Why aren't these guys attacking Aunt May or Mary Jane or Harry directly to get to Peter?
Well, for one, they're in the Dark Force dimension.
They still, why aren't any of them like revealing Peter Parker's secret identity? Why aren't they trying to make his life a living hell? Other than Otto, which is, I'll take over your company. But you're blowing up all my buildings and destroying all my shit. How is that? And once my reputation's ruined, how is that going to become your company? Because you're still fucking Dr. Octopus. If the world hates me for this, Matt Chalmers are going to hate the guy who tried to nuke the planet a bajillion times. Yeah, you didn't think that went through, did you? But yeah, this comic sucks.
So, James, do I even need to ask what your rating is?
Crap.
Is it another middle finger?
It's a poop emoji. Crap.
Okay, so that's going to conclude the ASM reviews, but James still has one more review for us, because a few weeks ago, when we didn't do the show, Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider number 4 came out, and this is always a good time, because James' reviews of Scarlet Spider, we love those. So, James, this issue...
Yeah, go. Say what you want to say.
This issue, written, of course, by Peter David, art by Mark Bagley, all that good stuff. So, James, take us through Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider number 4. Grace us with its glory.
This issue begins kind of where, things left off last issue. Kane, I was going to say Ben, but it's Kane. It's going to get confusing, folks. There's a lot of clones. Kane in his Scarlet Spider suit is going back to what's her name? Maria, what's her name? I can't even think of her name right now. You know who I'm talking about. Who's the chick? The main chick.
I don't read this book, James.
The main chick who also who Ben set up in the goddamn Omega.
I don't remember this, James.
Well, what's her name? He goes back to his lair, and he's like, okay, time to torch you some more for some information, and she's gone. And then the building gets blown up by guys sent by Ben Reilly. Then Kane beats them up. Kane then goes to Vegas, starts just walking around the city. While that's going on, bald slate evil henchman guy goes to interrogate, the bank robbers from the first issue. And you want to know how he does it? I can believe that the Mafia would pay off cops to the point that they can interrogate and throw some murder guys in jail cells. I get that. What I don't get is this guy just nonchalantly ripping, jail doors off, and nobody's gonna bat an eyelash to the fact that one crooked cop let this guy in and he ripped the door out. How are you gonna cover that up, idiot? But yeah, he interrogates the guy. I wants more information on who sent him and blah 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 blah. While it's going on, Kane's walking around Vegas. He bumps into, the building that he needs to go to with Mercury and Diva, whatever the fuck the mob boss chick name is, So he's walking to the building, and then he bumps into Aunt June, who talks about how responsible Ben is for giving her this perfect home living in a casino. But then when Kane's like, okay, you're welcome, and he's all trying to ask her questions for where Ben's at, she's like, shut up, back to my slots. So yeah, that's going on. Then all of a sudden Slate shows up and says, you need to be in the office 24/7 working on a cure or I'm going to kill you. And the Kane's like, oh yeah, well he said he'd bring me back to the office, I can interrogate him. But the guy's like, you're literally asking me questions you asked me before, you're stalling, and you don't even know where your own fucking room is. All seems natural. Okay, here you go, Mr. Riley. Bye. he also lets Riley see the girl, go into the room, and he sees her crying over her kid, and, all of a sudden, he's like, yeah, Ben's saying he's going to save her, but in reality, I know Kane's an evil, maniacal douchebag now. So Kane's lying just so he can fraud her for money. So Kane jumps to a completely legal logic here that Ben Riley, because he's now the villain, that he's trying to extort them for money, and he's lying, and he's not going to save her life. Okay. So he just walks around Ben's room, and he's all like trying every password that Ben Riley could possibly use for the computer. He tries Peter Parker, doesn't work. Tries Jackal, doesn't work. And then he goes, he tries everything possible besides what you think Ben would use. He names off Uncle Ben, Aunt May, Ben Parker, May Parker, Gwen Stacy, Forrest Hill. Doesn't think Janine or any characters who, or Julia Carradine, characters who Ben reenacted with. No, let's name off all Peter supporting characters. We want to make sure there are people the audience knows. And then he goes, the password's Kane. Ben is literally behind him and just goes, the password's Kane. Here, want some coffee? And then he even spells Kane for Kane. He goes, it's Kane. Kaine. Want some coffee? Literally, that's almost word for word what happens. Again, they talk about what's going on, about the robbery, the mob boss. I mean, they're talking from the daughter. She's all like, we know who's doing this, blah, blah, blah. Then they're going to kill Ben after he does this anyway, so stupid shit. Yeah. So Ben starts drinking the coffee, and he's like, so, Kane, how's it going? Fine. I'm fine, too. So you come to... So you got past, the kill crew of the mob. Yes. That's awesome. So did you come here for me? Yes. So you can try to kill me again? Yes. This is literally, I'm reading Fog Balloons exactly right here. He goes, oh, come on. We know you can't kill me because we're both taught about power and responsibility because what Peter Parker memories implanted into us as clones. Ben, have you forgotten all the people who Kane has killed over the years? No, you won't kill me because the Peter Parker inside you won't let you kill anybody. Except for all the fuckers you killed back in the Clone Saga and post-Clone Saga. But yeah, he's all like, yeah, you can't kill me, Kane, because we're good guys. We're superheroes. We're awesome. Power and responsibility. Now let's be BFF Facebook friends. Awesome. And then Kane does what Kane always does and when he's in a room 5 feet away from Ben Riley. I'm gonna kill you, Riley! Literally, Ben is talking very like so. Want coffee? How's it going? You trying to kill me, buddy? Oh, it's no. Your password's your name. You can sit down here. We can drink some coffee. Oh, and you won't kill me. And then Ben fucking Kane's like fucking classic. I'm gonna fucking choke you to death. They start fighting outside the window. They start going for the window. They start fighting. They start putting on their costumes. And then Kane goes, so you're not dressed up like the Jackal no more? No, because I'm the Scarlet Spider, remember? And then Kane's like, no, I'm the Scarlet Spider. 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 Okay, let's go. To be continued.
So, James, what did you think of Ben Riley's Scarlet Spider #4?
I apologize for this review if I was staggering a lot and I was misremembering things. I was misremembering names. Like I said, it's been 2 weeks since I read the book. So I had to literally just skim through it while I was doing my review, so I apologize. But, yeah, from what I remember, this is once again more a Ben Riley, book being really batshit crazy. I mean, you got a giant goddamn bald fucking monster with superpowers thinking he can be shown on casually, and he does. He gets away with it. You got Kane literally asking people questions, and nobody thinks this is weird. This is shit he should already know. You got then Ben being very calm to the fact that the last few times he has seen Kane, and is like, Kane is trying to kill him. And then what do you know? Kane immediately reverts back to trying to kill him. To be continued.
So, James, do you give it a thumbs up, thumbs sideways, or thumbs down?
I give this one a thumb sideways because it's not as batshit crazy as the issues before, but it still has a lot of what the fuck moments.
Okay, that's going to do it for our reviews, and that's also going to do it for this episode of the podcast. We don't really have anything else to talk about. So, James, any shout-outs or final words for the listeners before we sign off?
Not really too much to shout out. So I'll let it just go to you.
My shout-outs, of course, Marvel, Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, all the creators on these comics. Thank you for Spider-Man. Thank you for the comics we reviewed this week. Other shout-outs. Shout-out once again to the people who are being affected by flash flooding or just flooding in general. Thoughts to all of you, including James. Other shout-outs. I thought I had one, but I completely forgot it. So, which tends to happen with me. I always think of good shout-outs and then I completely forget them. But anyways, next week will be our San Diego Comic-Con show, so be on the lookout for that. We also have Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man #2 that comes out next week. I'm not looking forward to that at all. But I know James is. But, so, yeah. So, we will see you all next week. We don't really have anything else to discuss tonight, so thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you all later.